Today everyone, we are the group 6 and our topic is all about immigration and acculturation. So immigration and acculturation are two interconnected processes that shape the experiences of individuals who move to a new country. So let's define immigration. Immigration is a process of moving to another country with the intention of settling there permanently. There are two types of immigration, legal and illegal immigration. So when we say about legal, this means that the one who will migrate or the one who will immigrate, he or she follows the laws and regulation of the destination country. Then they obtain the visa or other legal documents. So the illegal immigration is that they don't have any legal document that they stay there or nato sila dito. So, reasons for immigration. So, the first one is economic opportunities. So, maybe someone is seeking a better job or business opportunities into the other country. And then the next one, family reunification. So, this happens when you join your family members na they are already living dito sa other country. The next one is political asylum. So, pwede yan ano pa niya sa kanang nihawa ka sa imong country, it's because naay kaso or kanang ang imong country is on war, may conflict sa imong country. So, this is also one of the reasons na mo migrate ang sa tao. Then, next one is education. So, pwede ka dito. This one, nag-pursue ka sa imong higher education or specialized training dito. So, next is the impact of immigration. So, the impact of immigration is the first one is economic. So, immigration can contribute to economic growth by filling labor shortages. So, parang sa nakakataling na country, dahil nato pa dito sa laing country, kaya nagtrabaho pa, it's because nag-hiring siya. So, it contributes sa economic growth. So, immigration, filling ang kanang mga labor shortages, and it could also increase innovation and boosting consumers' spending. So the next one is the social. So social is immigration can lead to cultural diversity and social change, but it can also lead to challenges like integration and discrimination. So there kung kung na-migrate ka, mostly diba, kanang dilim na rin kaya na there are discriminations. Diba kasagaran nga discriminate kung marto ka dito sa US, sa Amerika, kay mostly nga ma-discriminate dito kay Asian people. So, next is political. So, immigration policies. Sa political, very mahulog ang panahon sa border security. Kung unsa ilang mga batas nila nga kung paunsa nila kahigpit ang pagpasulod o tao sa ilang country. Next is acculturation. So, acculturation is the process of adapting to a new culture. So, kung migrate ka into another country, kaya diba? Nasa may culture dito, then ang acculturation, this is the process on how you adapt adapting sa culture sa host country na yung giyatuhan. It also involves learning new customs, language, and social norms. So, acculturation can be a complex and multifaceted process which individuals are adapting different strategies to navigate their new cultural environment. So there are some strategies, acculturation strategies. The first one is assimilation. Fully adapting. Assimilation is that when you fully adapt the host culture and you abandon your own culture. That is assimilation. So next is separation. So separation is you maintain your own heritage culture and then you minimize sa contact atong culture sa host country. gatuan. Next is integration. So integration is you balance both of the culture, your own culture and then ang culture of whose country na imong gatuan. The next one is marginalization. So marginalization is lack of engagement with both heritage and then sa host cultures. So there are factors influencing acculturation. So the first one is age. So ang mga younger individuals, they can accumulate sa culture easily than the older ones. Then the second one is education. So when you have higher levels of education, you can facilitate acculturation. Then the next one is language proficiency. So strong language skills can enhance social integration. So kung maulaw mo makikistorya, di ba kay there are mga accents mo. So kung naulaw ka na, dili ka proficient sa ilang language, so maulaw ka makapag-socialize sa ilang. So the next is the culture distance. So this one is the differences of the heritage culture, differences between your own culture and sa host cultures na imong gatuan. There are also challenges and benefits of acculturation. So ang challenges ano sa acculturation, number one is the language barriers. So kay dili mo ko sinabot kay of course their language, and then cultural misunderstandings, discrimination, and homesickness. Then ang benefits of acculturation is the expanded worldview, increased cultural competence, and opportunities and personal growth. So the impact of acculturation. Acculturation has two impacts. The positive impacts and the negative impacts. The positive impacts, ang una is cultural enrichment. So acculturation can lead to exchange of ideas, tradition, and customs, enriching both cultures involved. And then the next one is increased tolerance and understanding. So kung may exposure to different cultures can foster empathy, tolerance, and respect. The next one is the personal growth. Personal growth can broaden individuals' perspective, enhance their adaptability, and improve their communication skills. And then the last one is the economic benefits. So acculturation can lead to economic growth by fostering innovation, creativity, and new business opportunities. While sa negative impacts, lalo niya cultural distress. So the process of adapting to a new culture is not easy. So when it can be stressful, which could lead to anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues. The next one is loss of cultural identity. This would happen kung imo naging na-assimilate na ka sa imong host culture na sa country, sa host country culture na imong naakuan. And then, nalimutan na rin mo imong old culture, imong own culture. Like, kung unsa mo imong culture ako, pag-atuloy mo dito, then wala kay mga Pilipino imong gatuan. So, ang imong masunod lang isang culture sa imong host country, more na imong ma-assimilate, then slowly, you would feel na nawala na rin mo imong old culture. Next is the discrimination and prejudice. So, immigrants may face discrimination and prejudice from the host culture. So, this can lead to social exclusion and then marginalization. So, kung matupad sa Amerika, ang discriminate kung Asian ka, discriminate ka nila kung black among colored skin. Then, the next one is intergenerational conflict. So, this one is, it will happen kung, for example, ang parents is nato siya sa Amerika, next dayon, siya ang ako parents ko ang first generation, ang second generation na na-adapt to, then ang ako anak is mura ko ang third generation na immigrants. So, kumain siya, kay akong parents, pagbalik nila dito, so strong rooted sila sa culture na kung masabi ka, sa culture sa Filipino, then ako is, dito ko rin ako, and then, kumbaga, akong culture is kanang matuhan na kaya ang host culture atong sa country na getuan o ang culture sa Filipino, pero ang third generation, kung ako anak silbi, is kanihang mabatahan na culture is katurang culture sa host na country. So, this will, this will lead to being within the family. It's because of the cultural values and beliefs between generations that could lead to conflict and misunderstanding within families. So the impact of acculturation can vary with various factors, including the degree of cultural difference, the individual's personality, and the social context. It's important to recognize both the positive and negative aspects of acculturation to promote policies and practices that support the integration of well-being of the immigrants, migration, and cultural diversity. So migration and cultural diversity are interconnected. They are linked. As people move from one place to another, they bring their unique cultural heritage, including languages, customs, traditions, the exchange of cultures. This exchange of cultures enriches the societies and leads to a more diverse and vibrant world. So first, let's define migration. So migration is a movement of people from one place to another, often involving a permanent change of residence. So this movement can occur within a country or between countries. So within a country, it could also called internal migration, or between countries, international migration. Ang sinulayan sa migration and immigration. Pari-pariho naman ba silang meaning ang movement of people from one place to another. So ang migration is a broad term na katong movement sa people from one place to another, pero dili ka ng migration, kan people, immigration. Kaya immigration, if you would go into another country, pero kung ikaw, nakadiri sa Mindanao, like mato ka sa Manila, matawag na siya, migration, kaya you transfer from one place to another. So, types of migration. So, internal migration, movement within a country, such as from rural area to urban areas. And then international migration, it is movement between countries. So, from the Philippines to China, to Thailand, to Taiwan, to America, to Finland, or Manila. That is called international migration. So, under international migration, we have yung reasons na mag-migrate. So, this can be economic. So, economic migration, people, parehas varying economic opportunities. So, people go to another country to seek better economic opportunities. And then, the next one is forced migration. So, forced migration are people are forced to leave their homes due to conflict, persecution, or natural disasters. And then family reunification, so people migrate to join their family members that are already living in the other countries. So the next factors affecting migration. So factors, economic factors, job opportunities, the job. Kanina category, so it will fall down job opportunities, wages, and economic stability. And then social factors, family ties, cultural factors, and education opportunities, political factors, political instability, persecution, and conflicts. Then environmental factors is natural disasters, climate change, or environmental degradation. And then impacts of migration. So, migration can have significant impacts on both the sending and receiving countries. So, these are the impacts. So, sa receiving country, economic growth. So, kung ay mag-migrate sa ilang country, it will increase the labor force and consumers' demand. And sa cultural diversity, enrich cultural landscape, social challenges, potential for social tensions and discriminations. So, sa sending countries, we have impacts are brain drain. So, kung naay better opportunities sa other country, ang kalimuhang mga skilled workers, it is possible na maglakaw sila. So, brain drain is you would lose a skilled workers. And then, sa remittances, this is economic benefits from money sent back by migrants. So, kung nasa abroad, magpadala o para sa ilang family na na-address sa Philippines, it will benefit our country sa GDP, gross domestic product. And then sa demographic change. So demographic change, it will changes in population structure and labor force. Cultural diversity. This refers to the existence of variety of cultures or ethnic group within a society. So, it encompasses differences in language, religion, ethnicity, race, and other cultural factors. So, how does migration enhances cultural diversity? So, migration enhances cultural diversity by, the first one is introduction of a new culture. So, migrants bring their own cultural practices and music, food, arts. So, kung maato na sila sa laing bansa, it would increase to enrich the cultural landscape sa atong country. So, next is cultural exchange and fusion. So, this is the interaction between different cultures can lead to blending of traditions and creation of new cultural expressions. The next one is challenges to tradition and norms. So migrants may challenge existing cultural norms and values, leading to social change and progress. So the last one is increased tolerance and understanding. So exposure to diverse cultures can promote tolerance, empathy, understanding between different groups. So challenges. There are also challenges into cultural diversity. So, while cultural diversity can be a positive force, it could also present many challenges. So, the first challenges is that the cultural misunderstanding. So, cultural misunderstanding because we have differences sa language, customs, values, and even kanina misunderstanding, it could lead to conflict. Kaya siyempre, hindi na po pareha ang titikanan. Lain yung culture na rin, paabot mo sa lain bansa, lain mo yung lahat culture. So, kung mag-abot ng mga culture, it's possible na maka-create of conflict because you have cultural misunderstanding. Next is the discrimination and prejudice. Some people may be prejudiced against immigrants or minority groups, leading to discrimination and social exclusion. So, kung bago ka, nabot dito, tapos you don't have friends, especially kung kanang Asian or that, pero di naman ito siguro kayo. Grabe ka rin compare sa una. Grabe kayo mga discrimination sa kung Asian people ka or black skin na people ka. And then the last one is identity crisis. Identity crisis, so this happens when immigrants struggle to balance their cultural heritage with the dominant culture, leading to identity crisis. So, this happens kung imuhang culture, maglisod na kag-balance sa imuhang own culture and then ang culture ato nga sa bansa imong giatuan. So, muna magka-identity crisis kay mga, hala, asa naman dyan ko, kani ba akong culture or kani sa ilang culture? The last one is the strategies for promoting cultural diversity and harmony. So the first one is education and awareness. Educating people about different cultures can help to reduce prejudice and promote understanding. So the next one is intercultural dialogue. So encouraging dialogue and exchange between different cultural groups can foster respect and empathy. The next one is inclusive policies. So governments and organizations should implement policies that promote diversity and inclusion. And the last one is celebrating cultural diversity. Celebrating cultural festivals and events can help to create a sense of belonging and pride. So, by embracing cultural diversity, we can build a stronger, more vibrant, and more equitable communities. So, migration leads to cultural diversity by introducing new languages, tradition, perspectives to societies, while it can bring challenges such as integration issues and cultural misunderstandings. The benefits are huge. So migration enriches economies, promotes creativity, increases social awareness, and foster tolerance. Where cultural diversity makes our world more interesting, innovative, and connected. Through the exchange of ideas, food, art, and tradition, migration helps to build more vibrant and more inclusive societies where people from different backgrounds can contribute to and learn from one another.
Hello everyone, I am Brandon Baroni, and my part is about the diversity and multiculturalism and also the cultural shock and acculturation orientations. Okay, so first is diversity and multiculturalism. So diversity focuses on representation and acknowledgement of differences. So first, sa diversity is ang cultural diversity. So cultural diversity, differences in cultural backgrounds, traditions, and mga practices naman po. So muna siya, cultural diversity. Another is ethnic and racial diversity. Kani siya, representation of people from varied racial and ethnic background. Okay, so another is gender diversity. Gender diversity is inclusion of all genders naman po, included ang male, female, and non-binary identities. Okay, another is linguistic diversity. Mao siya ang range sa language nga ginustorya or ginagamit with any group or community. Okay, so mao na siya ang linguistic diversity. Another is disability diversity. So mao siya inclusion sa individuals which is nag-vary sila sa physical, sensory, intellectual, and mental health disabilities. Okay, and last, another is an age diversity. So age diversity, range of ages and generational perspectives. Okay, about naman siya sa age or edad naman po. And another is socio-economic diversity, which is nag-vary siya sa social class background naman po. And lastly is ang religious diversity. So, different belief in practices regarding naman po sa religion and also sa spirituality. Okay, so muna siya ang mga diversity naman po. Another is ang multiculturalism. So, multiculturalism is a framework or philosophy that recognizes and values the coexistence of different cultures within a society. So, nag-promote siya kung kanina. Ayan. Muna yung ginapromote natin sa multiculturalism. There's a una is cultural understanding and exchange. So, kanina siya. So, ayan, gina-encourage ang learners to learn about celebrating different cultures and tradition and values. Okay, so gina-encourage sila. Another is ang equity naman po. So, isa rin sa mga gina-promote sa multiculturalism. So, ang equity is nag-strive of fairness, bali fair, sa representation, rights, and also sa opportunities across all Okay? And ayan, lastly na gina-promote sa multiculturalism is ang cultural preservation. So, cultural preservation, helping communities maintain their heritage, tradition, and identities. Okay? So, muna siya ang promote sa multiculturalism. And another is yan, promoting diversity and multiculturalism. Ayan. Ayan, sa promoting na ta, which is, ayan, education and awareness, ang pinakauna, nag-promote niya siyang education about sa diversity and multiculturalism, crucial to foster para at least for understanding, empathy, and also respect naman. Okay, another is ang inclusive policies and practices. So, nag-implement niyo policies of practices na nag-promote siya equal opportunities, access to resources, and representation for all groups is essential. Okay, another is intercultural dialogue and collaboration. Kanisha, it encourages dialogue and collaboration between different cultures through helps build bridges, address misunderstanding, and foster mutual respect. Okay, and ayan, lastly, celebrating cultural diversity. So, celebrate festivals, traditions, and artistic expression promotes appreciation and understanding of different cultures. Okay, so muna siya ang, ayan, sa pag-promote ng diversity and multiculturalism. So, last part is, sa akong report is ang culture shock and acculturation orientations. Okay, so unsa man ang culture shock? So, ano yung culture shock is, it isn't a single event, but rather a dynamic process within distinct phases. So, dili lang po siya single event, but also na siya mga phases naman po ang culture shock. So, kani siya if ever, ayan, understanding culture shock. So, pinakaunang phase is ang honeymoon phase. So, kani honeymoon phase is initial excitement and fascination. So, it is often overlooking cultural differences. Another is ang disillusionment phase. So, mauna siya ang stage na which is characterized feelings of isolation and longing for truth. Another is ang adaptation phase. So, adaptation phase is gradual adjustment, the new culture developing coping mechanism and building relationships, which is the other phase is na ano siya, unti-unti na na-adapt niya ang new cultures. And another is ang integration phase. So, integration phase is a sense of belonging and comfort within the new cultures. So, another is the impact of culture shock. So, first is the emotional distress. So, emotional distress is, for example, anxiety, depressions, loneliness, and feeling inadequacy are common. Another is physical symptoms. So, for example, like fatigue, headaches, digestive problems, and sleep disturbance and work. Another impact of culture shock is social isolation. So, kadalasan ng pilihan is difficulty forming meaningful connections with locals. Lastly, impact sa culture shock is ang cognitive difficulties. So, the other naman po is ang confusion, disorientation, and decision-making challenges. And lastly is ang acculturation orientation guiding transition. So, first is providing information. So, which is mag-offer siya of practical information about sa new cultures. Another is developing culture awareness. So, it fosters understanding and appreciation of cultural differences through various methods. Ikatulo is ang promoting communication skills, which is mag-teach of effective cross-cultural communication techniques. Ikaw-pan is ang building support system, which is pwede ka mag-connect ng individuals with mentors or support groups naman po. And lastly is facilitating cultural immersion. So, kanya siya is mag-organize, pwede ka mag-organize of activities to encourage interaction with the host culture. So, that's all in thank you.
Good morning, everyone. May I introduce myself first? I am Almira Gamat. This is my report for today. Cross-cultural adaptation. The process of adjusting to a new culture to function effectively within that environment. It involves navigating cultural differences, understanding the nuance of communication, and developing intercultural competence. Begins with an understanding one's own cultural identity and how it influences behavior and worldview. So, in short, of cross-cultural adaptation refers to the process of adjusting and adapting to a new cultural environment. It involves learning the norms, values, behaviors, and communication styles of the host culture to function effectively and feel comfortable in it.